began molesting him. Police also say priest Oscar Pelez, who formerly served at the same parish, began molesting the boy a year and a half later.
I found out from the victim that Jose Luis Perez was aware and witnessed Oscar Pelez to molest the victim.
Detectives say they investigated 20 incidents involving the youth minister and the teen. They say they were made aware of the incidents January 22nd, after they learned of the case involving the priest. Today, the Stockton Diocese says that it was not aware of the incidents until after authorities were notified last month. Quote, "It's with sadness we have learned of the arrest of Jose Luis Perez. The diocese first learned of these allegations after it was reported to the police by the victim's therapist. Until that time, we were not aware of any such activity while Mr. Perez served as a youth minister." Now, police say the youth minister and the priest were friends, that they both met while working at the same church in Houston before moving to Sacred Heart Church in Turlock. Now, Jose Perez faces 9 felony charges while the priest faces 13. That's the latest from here. I'm Suzanne Fawn reporting live in Modesto. Now back to you.
Suzanne, thank you. And the priest, Oscar Pelez, has waived extradition from Connecticut and is expected back in California in the next 2 weeks. Lois?
Official reaction to the mass evictions by a Japanese real estate tycoon is beginning to steamroll. Genshiro Kawamoto wants to quickly sell 650 homes he owns in California. More than 400 of those homes are in the Sacramento area. KCRA 3's Tom Duhane joins us live in Sacramento with the latest developments from the Attorney General's office. Tom, what's new?
That's right, Lois. KCRA News has learned and confirmed that the Attorney General's office has been asked to file misdemeanor charges against the law firm of Alston, Hunt, Floyd, and Ng. They are the Hawaiian law firm that represents the Japanese billionaire, Mr. Kawamoto. The request is coming from Sacramento's Human Rights and Fair Housing Commission. The law firm in Hawaii is the one that sent out all of these eviction notices, over 400 of them in Sacramento County. The Human Rights Commission believes that these eviction notices are essentially practicing law in California without a license.
Yes, we feel they were improperly served because the law firm are not legally members of the California Bar.
The commission is now exploring several legal strategies.
We said in our letter that if we didn't hear from them by 3 today, that we would pursue some legal action, and we are going to the Attorney General's office for some help.
Meanwhile, Sacramento tenant Eric Ghosh spent the day in Washington, D.C., lobbying officials on behalf of his fellow Kawamoto renters.
I used my own money to fly here to let the senators and the congressmen and whoever else will listen know that we have an emergency going on, that we need an injunction against this eviction. We need more time. We need at least 90 days.
In Sacramento, 4 capital area lawmakers have now written to the Japanese government. Minority Leader Dave Cox joined with Steinberg, Ortiz, and Leslie, asking
to give consideration for an extension in time, and secondly, to the extent that they could, they ought to give the people the first opportunity to buy the units that they've been living in.
And Assemblyman Leslie says, if not an extension of time, then at least
maybe he could rotate through different areas so that everybody isn't coming up all at once. And these are the things that we suggested to the Japanese Council.
And Congressman Bob Matsui has contacted the Japanese ambassador in Washington about the actions of billionaire Kawamoto.
The only thing we were able to do is to suggest that this is a diplomatic blunder, and it could have some negative repercussions in terms of U.S.-Japan relations as far as Sacramento and certainly California is